Do you know about your health? Do you know about your body? Do you know what to do and how to do it health-wise? Can you live a healthy life? Can we have healthy children? This is not a luxury, you've got to know health-wise. This is health-wise. This is health-wise. This is health-wise.
Science has been able to help us to, differentiate into categories, making you know that, because when you try to differentiate people's weight size, it tends to help you to delineate people who are at risk of disease and who are not at risk of disease. Now, we also remember that WHO has said that everything is about prevention. So it is, those categories are made so that we'll be able to know early those who are going to be sick or those who are not going to be sick.
Okay. So, for instance, when we say, what should you eat? Everybody has heard, I'm sure it's not news, focus a lot on fruits and vegetables.
Weight management is a long-term approach to a healthy lifestyle. It includes a balance of healthy eating and physical exercise to equate energy. Regular exercise and a healthy diet are crucial to when it comes to controlling your weight. A weight management plan depends on whether you are overweight or underweight. A registered dietitian or exercise physiologist can help you calculate your body fat. The recommended amount of body fat differs for men and women. For women, the recommended amount of body fat is 20 to 21%. A woman with more than 30% body fat is considered obese. For men, the recommended amount of body fat is 13 to 17%. A man with 25% body fat or higher is considered obese. Body mass index, or BMI, is an indirect measurement of your body composition. It takes into consideration both your weight and height. BMI helps determine your risk for certain diseases, including diabetes and hypertension. Weight management for people who have been overweight involves continued physical activity and monitoring the amount of food eaten. To successfully manage your weight, follow these basic guidelines. Eat a healthy, well-balanced diet. Balance physical activity with diet to maintain your desired weight. Aerobic exercise will help increase muscle tissue and burn calories. Gradually adjust your eating habits to encourage a permanent lifestyle change. You may need counseling and behavior modification to change your diet.
Welcome back. I'm sure what you've just seen is enlightening. And with me in the studio now is a comedian, a stand-up comedian at that, and also a singer, popularly known as Tata 4. I have the Jara baby, Ellen Paul. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I'll go straight to you, Ellen Paul. Now, you've been able to maintain a remarkable figure over the years, even after 2 kids, I guess. How have you been able to do that?
Because of my husband, he's more conscious.
Oh, okay.
He wants you to be slim. And I think I'm fat, but he keeps saying, no, you're not fat, just maintain this good stature. But because of my job, I can't afford to go big. Even now, people still complain, oh, you're not as tiny as you used to be. Some will tell you, oh, we prefer you like this. Some will say, no, go back to that tiny girl. Oh. So right now, I'm just trying to maintain this look. And the way I do, I dance a lot as a theater student. Once I'm in class, maybe doing rehearsals of a play, before the rehearsal, you have to go through some exercises. So I do that at least to keep up. And every Sunday, you must dance, at least in my church. For when you're doing praise worship, you must dance. And I see those dances as exercise. So instead of me dancing alone to praise God, I dance very hard so that I can sweat and burn the fat. And you know, most times we go to church in Nigeria without eating in the morning. So the tea I take in the morning, I burn it in the church during dance. Then on Wednesdays, midweek service, I also dance. And I burn the fat.
So, Dr. Ketch, how practicable?
Okay, so except that you're dancing in church is, you know, is the, you know, more kitty, you know, let's really go down. You know, because, you know, I know quite a number of people in the churches, there's just the bend your waist kind of dancing, swaying, you know, from one corner to the other.
Maybe because they're wearing long tail or fish gown.
Absolutely. So you have to be very careful how you, you know, you move around.
I
You
go
don't
on
want
jeans.
to. That would be helpful. But really, the standard recommendation is that in a week, 150 minutes of exercise.
So how do we achieve that?
Yeah, so it's up to you, really.
Okay.
So you can decide to do 30 minutes, Monday to Friday.
Okay.
You can decide to do 1 hour, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now, what's not on is to be a weekend warrior. You know what a weekend warrior is? You know, the person who decides, okay, Monday to Friday, I'm way too busy. This weekend, 150 minutes. It's on.
That is my
And
church
the
is trying. My church is trying. We do, I go for prayer meeting on Tuesday.
Okay.
I will do like 30 minutes praise.
Okay.
Then on Wednesday, I do 1 hour praise.
1 hour, okay.
Then on Sunday, I do like 35-minute praise.
Okay.
Then do it before devotion in the morning.
Okay.
I do like 10 minutes praise.
Now,
So I'm good.
when you're done with this, you're dancing, do you kind of feel that your heart is racing?
Yes.
Because really, I'm not taking away the importance of dancing as a means of exercise,
Okay.
because that is very important. And really, the focus is always on find the things that you love doing.
Okay.
If you love dancing, really dance. But, you know, it can't be the hip swaying, you know, dresses swinging kind of dancing. You're really making an effort to really exert
Dance,
your heart.
yes.
Yeah, so it's 150 minutes. You can split it any way that you want.
So I'm good.
Now, the standard thing that people say is, I don't have enough time to get this exercise done.
Sure.
I leave very early. I want to, you know, you can even afford to go for all your services during the week. Some people can't. You know, it's only on Sunday that they're able to go to church. So how can you get this exercise? There are a couple of, you know, different ways. And so if you take transport, when you're coming back home, for instance, instead of stopping at that bus stop where you step out and just take one step and you're inside your house,
Okay.
stop at least one bus stop away. Or 2 bus stops away.
And then take a walk.
However, you know, I'm always saying, you know,
What
you have
if
to be
you're tired?
conscious.
What if you're tired, the stress at work?
Well, sweetheart, tiredness is really a regular part of life. So I'm just going to give different instances, and then
Okay.
you can pick whatever it is
Okay.
that works for you. So
Okay.
if you're good in the evening, and of course the environment has to be safe. I'm always saying to people, be
That's
pragmatic.
important.
Don't say Dr. Ketch said, you know, stop there. So it has to be pragmatic. If it's safe, then you can stop like 1 bus stop, 2 bus stops away, and then walk the rest of the distance. If you have a driver, maybe try to stop at the gate or a little distance away and let your driver drive home. You know, you walk
take
the
a
rest of the distance.
What if you don't take a bus and you drive yourself?
And you drive, okay, so that's a challenge. So this will not work for you. So we'll have to look for other ways.
options.
Now, what are other things that you can do? You can also say, when I get home in the evening, I'm going to take a walk. That's an option. In fact, the most common option is I can join a gym if that works for you. If you can't do any of those things, now another thing you can do is at home. When you're watching TV, whether it's over the weekend or any time, once there's a commercial break, during your favorite show, get up and do something. Dance along to your favorite commercial, you know, really exert yourself. If you have children, do pillow fights with them. They love it. You know, oh, let's do the pillow fight. Let's see who wins. Do the arm wrestling with them. So these are some of the fun things you can do. Now, in the office, there are other things that you can do. And so every time that you get a phone call, and we all live our lives on the phone, whether it's the intercom, whether it's your mobile phone, instead of just sitting down, yes, hello, okay, yes. Every time you get a phone, you know, you get a phone call, make a conscious effort to get up. Get up and walk on the spot, just move around, jump on the spot, do something. So imagine how many phone calls you get in a day. Imagine how long you spend on that phone. Imagine if you actually use those times to actually do something.
I do that unconsciously.
Yeah. So, you know, do that. And then, of course, we've talked about the, you know, instead of taking elevators, take the stairs. We say that all the time. Instead of walking, you know, taking your car over to the bank that's just next door, walk down to the bank to go use the ATM or to go do something else. I always say to HR...
What about swimming?
Absolutely. I mean, so we have the regular
So swimming,
sports. We have swimming, we have lawn tennis, we have table tennis, whatever it is that gets you going, do that. But, you know, I like to focus on all the people who talk about it's impossible for me to get this exercise done. And so there are little ways that in your office you can actually get
I
that
think
done.
the reason people say it's impossible is because they see it as, oh, exercise is a job. They don't see it as fun. So there are other forms of exercise. For me, massage works for me. I don't know. Some people don't see massage as exercise.
No.
So I don't see it as exercise, but it works for me to slim down. It works for me. The more I have someone pulling it, the stress goes off. At the same time, I reduce in size. So it works for me. Swimming works for me as an exercise. Playing or moving around works for me.
Yeah.
Then, like you asked me before we came on set, what do I enjoy doing? I said I enjoy chatting. When I chat, when I talk, not chatting on it like gist with my friends. After talking with so much energy, have time and I want to sleep. You know, so I see those things as the things that work for me. But theoretically, in paper, people will say, okay, jog 20 times, dance 5 times, or 100 times, as you've said. I will say dance works for me. It might not work for someone else. Moving around the house might work for you.
Moving around, the focus is on moving, movement.
Okay, it's the movement.
So it is movement,
Okay,
and
so
that's
it's
why,
fine.
in fact, sometimes I even say, don't even call it exercise, call it activity.
Okay.
So it's not so much structured exercise, you know, like I have to go to the gym. If you can do that, oh, that's perfect.
fine.
What if you're walking around your
can't?
streets and they stop you there? What are you looking for?
You just simply say you exercise.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah, just tell the person to join you, as it were. Like I always say, again, some neighborhoods are safer than others.
Sure.
So if your neighborhood is not very safe, you might have to find other ways of getting your exercise. So that's why, for me, you know, it's a focus on so many different
So
things.
who are the people you're speaking to now? People on the island?
Every
Everybody.
single person. And
My
that's why
area
I
is
try
not
to
comfortable.
give.
Akoka is not comfortable.
For
Either
you
in the
to-
morning or in the evening.
Okay, so you can do the ones that we talked about.
What
Even at home.
what about celebrities that can't walk around? People will be snapping pictures. Is that exercise?
Every time that you take a picture, every time that you're on the phone, get up. If that's the only exercise that you do,
What is the
then you're
corporate
good.
meeting? And they're asking you, ma'am, what's wrong?
What's wrong with who?
Your movement, your voice.
I'm sure you. Not all your phone calls are corporate. Even in the corporate world, one of the things that I do, we run corporate wellness programs in companies. And one of the things that we're trying to institute is actually to even have people have walk-in meetings. So instead of just coming in and then we're sitting down and we're just having a meeting, why can't we have a walk-in meeting? We're taking a walk, so we're getting our exercise. And then we're also getting the work done.
Talk that means I shouldn't be in that meeting because I'll be checking out your shoe, your wristwatch.
Now that takes me to you, Ellen Paul. Now,
Okay.
as a celebrity, how important is weight management to you? How important?
Oh, very important. Because
How?
sometimes, now I'm in the movie industry.
Oh,
and
great.
they can shoot like 10 scenes, then the next thing they tell you, oh, we'll continue next month. You have to watch your weight to maintain that
in the
same.
same size.
That same. Then sometimes too, there was a time I was on a movie set and they shot for 2 weeks and we went off. I forgot unconsciously. I started using one particular cream and I became lighter. So we couldn't continue.
Wow.
I had to delay a while to also
To
quickly
tone down.
tone down a bit. So it's the same thing to weight. If you're not careful, you might not be able to continue to, you know, like Ellen started as a baby. The Tatafu started like a baby. When I came on like 8 years ago, I was very tiny. So now some people can't merge the two. Just like, oh, is she the one? Oh, really? You've got bigger. You've got. So how do I maintain? Do I really want to maintain that? So now
Very
I have
conscious.
children. The fat is still there. So I'm conscious of it. I'm working on the tummy because people will have seen you wear tiny, tight clothes and the tummy is not there and all of a sudden the tummy is there. So aside from using hot water to punch you the way our parents we do, I just do sit-up. Now there are some people who have not given birth but have that tummy, maybe due to eating late and all that. So that sit-up works for me. So I do sit-up most of the time to help my tummy. Then I get on the treadmill.
good.
Not because, like I said, not because I really want to get on the treadmill, but when I remember the price, when my husband brought the treadmill, it was very expensive. It was 200 and something thousand, like for this thing. For what? Since you can't walk or you can't run on the street, people will be stopping you. You're
you
running
got a
on this. So I
treadmill.
will run on you because of the price. Not because I want to run on you. So I get on the treadmill and I run. And I also dance while doing that.
That's
and
good.
it's helping me.
Yes.
So, but I'm still yet to burn. So Dr. Ketch, you help me. What can I do?
A lot of what you're already doing, and then some strength training. You know, ladies, we're very averse to carrying the weights. We kind of think that it's going to give us a male physique, but not really.
Okay.
You know, what it does is that it helps you to tone the muscles in particular places, and then it also helps to increase, you know, it's called basal metabolic rate. And so what that means is that even when you're not exercising, your body is actually working hard to try to burn calories, even when you're not really working out, provided you've been doing that over time. So strength training is always very important. It makes sense for everybody. As opposed to just focusing on a part of the body. Like you were talking about sit-ups and tummy crunches and all of that. Now, when people have big tummies, you know, the assumption is that when you do that, because you're focusing on that area, it helps. Now, because you're also doing a couple of other things, other exercises, you probably don't even know what's really working. But trust me, it's not the abdominal exercises. And the reason is because the fats in the abdomen, if somebody has abdominal fat, it's not really on the outside. It's on the inside. It's around the organs, and that's really dangerous. Very dangerous. And so how do you deal with it? It's really lifestyle factors. It's what you eat and it's exercise. And that's why I always say to everybody,
So the general exercise works for tummy. The treadmill works for tummy.
because when you're losing weight generally, you're losing it even on the tummy. So once you're doing the right things, you know, that fat deposit there actually reduces and eating the right things.
So we should stop there.
No, you can still continue it, but you can't do that as a one-stop shop for doing this. So you can add that to your regular exercise regimen. But just saying I'm going to do this and my tummy is going to get flat, it's not going to work. It's just an exercise in fertility.
Now, at this point, let's have Ellen Paul's final word.
I'll say on this program, yes, please do what works for you. Be yourself at all times. Then anything you need, you can check on the internet or read Dr. Ketch's book and find out which style or what works for you. Don't follow the normal routine. Some people will say jump 30 times. No, it might work for them and not work for you. Then be the best you can be.
Thank you so much, Ellen Paul. We've laughed, we've had fun. It's been so wonderful having you on HealthWise. We're still on HealthWise. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the precaution segment of HealthWise. Weight management. Developing healthy eating habits while using tips that will keep us fuller longer can be useful tools in weight management. Methods of weight management. Choose low-calorie foods. A moderate decrease in calorie intake will lead to a slow weight loss, which may be more beneficial for long-term weight management. Eating more dairy can also aid fat loss. Studies have shown that a diet high in dairy decreases total body fat. High amount of dairy calcium increases the amount of energy and fat excreted from the body. Incorporate more vegetables into your meals. Fruits and vegetables have been shown to increase satiety and decrease hunger. Fiber. Fiber has been suggested to aid weight management by inducing satiety, decreasing absorption of macronutrients, and promoting secretion of gut hormones. Resistant starch. Resistant starch is a type of non-digestible, fermentable fiber that is resistant to amylase digestion in the small intestine and is broken down to short-chain fatty acids by microflora in the large intestine. It is commonly found in cooked and cooled potatoes, green bananas, beans, and legumes. Hope you had a nice time. See you same time, same station next week for another interesting episode. Bye for now.
It's by doing that, I find that I'm able to go for long working hours, you know, and I'm not already tired or anything because I stay hydrated. I take a lot of water. I don't miss my breakfast. You know, there's just so much, you know, that goes into taking care of your body. It's a total lifestyle. It's a total lifestyle.
So you can take any of the supplements and do it really quickly, but then you're not doing it the right way. Not even the right way. It's even dangerous, you know, because if you lose so much weight in such a, you know, a short period of time, then it's sometimes your heart doesn't even absolutely, your heart doesn't even have enough fluid to actually move your blood around, and you know that's dangerous. So you have to do it the right way. So the tip, really, the rule of thumb here is that if it's a supplement, it's meant to plug holes. It's not meant to become the focus. So it plugs holes, and it's not even on all instances that it's needed.